Good evening mga kaibigan! Welcome back to our channel. So kailangan na nating pag-usapan ito because Miss World 2026 is getting very, very interesting. So for the past few days, sunod-sunod ang hot picks mga kaibigan, iba-ibang pageant pages, iba-ibang predictions, at minsan parang talagang nakakalito na. Sa isang listahan, ang Pilipinas nasa number 1, tapos nasa number 3, tapos nasa top 10, top 15, 20, 30, 40. So ang tanong natin ngayon, nasaan ba talaga si Asia-Rose Simpson? And more importantly, kung gagawa tayo ngayon ng prediction para sa Miss World Top 40, makakapasok ba tayo sa listahan? So, after looking at all these hot picks, we've collected the most recent ones, 30, 32, I think, and more importantly, comparing those predictions with what has actually happened so far in the competition, I think we finally have enough information to make a reasonable prediction. And yes, I think Asia-Rose Simpson is going to make the top 40. And let's talk about why. First, kailangan nating linawin ito mga kaibigan. Everything we're seeing from all these pageant pages are predictions. Hindi ito official ranking ng Miss World. And I don't think we should simply take 10 hot picks, add all the numbers, divide by 10, and sabihin natin, okay, ito na ang tunay na ranking. Hindi lang po ganun kasimple. Because different pageant pages are looking for different things. May ibang heavily focused sa beauty, iba naman sa runway performance, sa overall presence, sa advocacy, tapos may iba naman sa social media buzz. So instead of asking, ano ang average ranking ni Asia-Rose, I think the better question is that, how consistently does Asia-Rose appear among the contenders? And that is where things become very interesting for the Philippines. Because after going through all 3 batches, may grupo ng countries na paulit-ulit talagang nagpapakita. Yan yung Brazil, Malaysia, Vietnam, Czech Republic, Nigeria, Venezuela, Chile, India, Bolivia, France, Botswana, and Indonesia. Those names are everywhere. Nagpapalit-palit lang sila ng ranking. Brazil could be number 1 on the list and then number 7 on the other. Malaysia could be number 1, number 2, number 6, and then number 10. And same thing with Vietnam, although she is almost impossible to ignore because she is consistently appearing high. And same thing with Czech Republic, very, very consistent. Nigeria is still getting a lot of attention. And Venezuela, of course, my goodness, talagang maraming prediction na magiging winner siya. So right now, those are some of the countries I consider the safest bets. But there is also another country that keeps showing up. And that is our own Philippines. And that's why I'm becoming increasingly confident about Asia-Rose. Ito yung interesting kay Asia-Rose. Hindi consistent yung exact ranking niya. But she is consistently being discussed. We saw Philippines at number 1 in one prediction, tapos number 3 in Pageant All-Stars, tapos number 3 in another post-activity prediction, number 5 in another ranking, merong number 34, 37. So napakalawak talaga ng range niya. And initially, pwedeng sabihin ng isang tao, nako, baka hindi pala siya ganun kalakas. But I try to be very optimistic and I see it differently. So for me, that only tells us that Asia-Rose is difficult to place right now, but that she is difficult to ignore as well. She is appearing in so many lists. And remember, there are more than 100 women competing for this title. So if you are repeatedly appearing somewhere between 5 and top 25 across multiple independent pageant predictions, then that means people are actually noticing you. And this is where we probably need to stop talking about predictions because Asia-Rose actually is delivering a result. So just recently, she made the official top 60 of the Miss World Top Model Challenge. That is confirmed. So Asia-Rose is among the finalists who will continue to the top model final on August 28. We know that. The Miss World field has 111 national ambassadors, and Asia-Rose is one of the women who survived that first top model cut. So by the way, huwag nating basahin yung pagkakasunod-sunod ng names sa top 60 graphic as ranking, okay? Because there was a clarification reported in Vietnam that the order of the names was random and it wasn't based on scores. So Dahil nauuna or nahuhuli ang Pilipinas sa listahan na yun, hindi ibig sabihin yun ang standing niya. So, most important part is simply Philippines advance, and that carries more weight for me than somebody's Instagram hot bake. So, what about people's choice? Now, dito naman tayo may konting reality check, mga kaibigan. Because at the time of the People's Choice update, we saw Philippines wasn't among the leaders in Asia and Oceania. And the official voting portal currently shows Asia rose further down the regional board rather than leading it. The important part is that the Continental People's Choice winner gets direct entry into the top 40. So yes, People's Choice could become another pathway. But hindi ko ibinibase ang prediction ko kay Asia Rose sa People's Choice. Because if she gets into top 40, I think her stronger argument right now comes from her overall competition performance. And voting is still fluid anyways. At ito pa yung isa kong binabantayan, yung beauty with a purpose. Because remember that Asia Rose did not arrive at Miss World Philippines without an advocacy track record. So in fact, Asia Rose was the Beauty with a Purpose winner when she competed for Miss World Philippines 2026. Miss World's own website confirms that. And now, internationally, she is bringing her sports and dance initiative. So, yung initiative na ito, nagpo-focus siya sa physical, emotional, and mental well-being of young children through sports and dance. So this project includes free dance workshops, pickleball outreach, scholarships, and partnerships with efforts toward working with the Philippine Department of Education. So guys, this is Miss World. Beauty with a purpose isn't just something you mention during the interview night. It is fundamental to the identity of this pageant. So, I'm watching Asia Rose's advocacy performance very, very closely. If she gets significant recognition there, then I'm definitely moving her higher. So kung tanong nyo sa akin, who do I think makes the top 40? And instead of pretending I can accurately rank number 1 through 40 this early, hahatiin ko sila into groups. Because honestly, mas realistic talaga yun. So, yung safest group ko, these are the countries that based on hot picks we've reviewed, I would be genuinely surprised not to see somewhere in the conversation. So this is Brazil, Malaysia, Vietnam, the Czech Republic, of course, Nigeria, Venezuela, Chile, Philippines, India, and Bolivia. So those are my 10 strongest consensus candidates right now. And yes, I put Philippines in that group, not because I'm Filipino, not because gusto kong madalo si Asia Rose, but because if you look across the predictions, she appears too frequently for me to call her a bubble candidate. Tapos yung next 10 is France, Botswana, Indonesia, Colombia, Tanzania, Belgium, United States, Denmark, Argentina, and Equatorial Guinea. So again, these women appear repeatedly across batches. Some of them actually rank above Asia Rose in individual predictions. But I'm looking at consistency, mga kaibigan. Consistency across the entire collection. Tapos the last group that I have is the last 20, which for me are likely the bubble group. Okay, so I would keep an eye on Cambodia, Thailand, Australia, Dominican Republic, Sri Lanka, Poland, Hungary, Spain, Turkey, Gibraltar, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Kenya, Mauritius, Cameroon, French Guinea, Peru, Ukraine, Panama, and Belize. So that's another 20 names. And here's the thing, somebody from outside these groups could absolutely surprise us because fast track results can change everything. And People's Choice can also put somebody directly into the top 40. So this is not my final top 40 results. This is our prediction based on the information we have today. And if your question is, where exactly would I put Asia Rose on the list? Okay, ito na. If you forced me to give Asia Rose Simpson a number today, I would put her around number 12 to number 15 overall. Not number 1. Not yet, at least. And I know some Filipino pageant fans are going to say, wait, Maldita ka, number 3 siya sa ganitong hot picks. Yes, I understand, and she's also number 1 somewhere else, but she is also number 19 somewhere else, number 24, and number 34. So I don't want to cherry pick only the good rankings that make us feel good. If we're going to make a prediction, mga kaibigan, let's make it an actual prediction. And right now, I think number 12 to 15 is a very strong and defensible position for Asia Rose. That puts her comfortably within my projected top 20 and gives her legitimate path toward the top 10. Can she go higher? Of course, absolutely. And this is where August 28 becomes very, very important. If Asia Rose performs exceptionally high in the top model final, if she gets another major fast track recognition, if beauty with a purpose becomes a major strength, then suddenly yung number 12 to 15 could become top 10. And once you are in that territory, anything can happen, my friends. That's why I don't consider Asia Rose the front runner for the crown right now, but I absolutely consider her someone with an upward momentum. So, who are my biggest threats? If I am looking specifically at Asia and Oceania, of course, Malaysia and Vietnam are my biggest threats. Those two worry me the most. Malaysia actually reminds me of Miss Indonesia in Miss Supranational. I don't know why. Malaysia has been ridiculously consistent in the predictions we've collected. She's number 1 here, number 2, number 5, number 6, always in the top 10. And Vietnam is the same. And being the host country representative obviously means there will be enormous attention on her, although that doesn't guarantee anything. India also cannot be ignored. Indonesia keeps reappearing, and Thailand has shown up enough that I'm watching her as well. So within Asia and Oceania alone, Asia Rose has serious competition. This is not an easy continental group. But there's something I like about Asia Rose. She does not need to be everybody's number 1 right now. We've said it so many times before. Sometimes, mas gusto ko pa nga yung position niya ngayon because she is visible, she is competitive, she is getting placement, but there is still room for her campaign to grow. In comparison to Miss Supranational, she reminded me of Miss Brazil. So Miss Brazil for Supranational, she ended up with the 3rd runner-up crown, I think. And again, remember, Asia Rose is only 18 years old. So for somebody that young to be competing on this stage and already making the top model cut, that is very impressive. So here's where I'm putting my imaginary money. Will Asia Rose Simpson make Miss World top 40? Yes. Very fairly confident. Top 20? I think yes. Not guaranteed, but that's my prediction. Top 10? Very possible. I need another strong performance before I would move her to top 10. And top 5, if I'm being very honest, not yet. I wouldn't predict it today, but I also wouldn't be shocked if she eventually gets there. Right now, I still have other candidates slightly ahead of Asia Rose. Brazil, Malaysia, like I said, Vietnam, Czech Republic, Nigeria, and Venezuela are amongst the women I'm watching very, very closely based on repeated hot picks we've analyzed. But again, mga kaibigan, this competition is far from finished. And that's exactly why this is exciting. Because Asia Rose doesn't have to win the pageant today. She just have to keep surviving every stage. Top model? She survived it. Next challenge? Let's see. And if Asia Rose keeps stacking one good performance after the other, baka pagdating natin sa final week, ibang conversation na ito mga kaibigan. Maybe instead of asking, will Philippines make it to the top 40, ang pag-uusapan natin ay, can Asia Rose Simpson actually win Miss World? And that is the update I'm hoping we get to make. So kayo mga kaibigan, based on everything we've seen so far, top 40 lang ba si Asia Rose? Maybe top 20? Top 10? Top 5? Or are you ready to put the Philippines all the way to number 1? So, let me know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.